A squirrel frantically knocked on a woman's front door. Thinking it was looking for food, she opened the door, but the little animal refused to come inside. Instead, it grabbed her finger with its teeth and desperately pulled her outside. She tried to free her hand, but the squirrel held on so tightly that pulling away could have seriously injured her finger. With no other choice, she followed it. The squirrel eventually led her to a grassy area and finally let go. It then raced up a nearby tree, with the curious woman following behind. When they reached the top, she saw the squirrel standing near its nest and crying non-stop, as if something was terribly wrong. Remembering videos she'd seen of animals asking humans for help, she realized this squirrel might be trying to communicate with her. After searching the area, she discovered an injured baby squirrel nearby. That's when she understood the truth. The mother had brought her there to save her only surviving baby. The little squirrel was covered in serious injuries and could barely survive on its own. Determined not to let the mother down, the woman immediately took the baby home for treatment. She placed it in an incubator, and slowly its vital signs began to stabilize. She carefully offered it some milk, and amazingly, the tiny squirrel was able to drink on its own. That gave her hope that it could survive. After weeks of careful treatment, the baby looked completely different. Its body had become healthy, smooth, and full of energy, and it seemed to view the woman as its new mother, constantly crawling into her hands for comfort. She continued feeding it milk with a syringe at regular intervals, and before long, soft fur began growing across its body, showing that it had recovered. Wanting to reunite the baby with its real mother, she returned it to the wild. The mother squirrel was clearly overjoyed to see her only baby alive, and immediately carried it back to their nest. But their happiness didn't last. A few days later, the tree they lived in was cut down by loggers, leaving the mother and baby homeless. Once again, the mother returned to the woman for help. This time, the baby patiently waited beside the woman's car, almost as if it knew exactly where to go. Realizing what they needed, the woman quickly built them a new nest in her yard. The mother grabbed her baby and climbed up, though she struggled to squeeze the little one through the entrance because the nest was slightly too small. The woman thought they would finally live safely together, but tragedy struck. One day, the mother squirrel died unexpectedly. The baby didn't understand what had happened and kept nudging and climbing over her, believing she was simply asleep. When strangers came near, the frightened baby ran away. Knowing that a young squirrel couldn't survive alone, the woman began feeding it regularly. Under her care, the little squirrel grew healthier and stronger, but every day it would sit outside her window, staring inside as if desperately wanting to live with her. The woman felt terrible seeing it so lonely, but she couldn't bring it indoors because she already had a cat that might attack and kill the squirrel. Now, the little squirrel waits outside, hoping to be welcomed inside. What would you do to help this orphaned little squirrel?